Who knows? Illinois Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger is a member of the crucial House Foreign Relations Committee, which itself has been debating this issue. Congressman, what do you think of this Senate committee vote? Not a surprise. John McCain back on board. Kind of a surprise. What do you say?
Well, look, I think it's necessary. I'm a supporter of the action. I've been very clear, especially in having dealt with Secretary Kerry today in the hearing, that this is a result of basically 2 years of failed foreign policy for this administration. That said, we are where we are. The United States has been very strong for decades. We cannot tolerate chemical weapons use. We set up a northern and southern no-fly zone in Iraq for 11 or 12 years to make that point. President George H.W. Bush threatened all kinds of serious action if Saddam Hussein used chemical weapons against our troops in Desert Storm. Americans on the battlefield have enjoyed no chemical weapons being used against them since World War I because this is something we've taken very seriously. If we allow chemical weapons use to slide even this one time, we've set ourselves up, we've set America up to potentially be exposed to these weapons into the future.
But no disrespect, Congressman, what's the difference between that and strafing and shooting and bombing 100,000 of your people dead in the end is dead, right?
Well, it's completely different. As a member of the Air National Guard, I still fly. Look, you can never ban artillery shells. You're not going to ban warfare outright. But where we can make a difference is this gas that, frankly, chokes you to death. And you're very aware of the fact that you can't breathe and that your life is going away and slipping out of your hands. It's completely indiscriminate.
No, I understand that. No, Congressman, I understand that. And it's awful and it's inhuman. The fact of the matter is, shooting women and children and shedding them is awful as well. I guess what I'm asking you is that the new litmus test now? And is the message we are sending to tin horn dictators around the world is next time shoot them, don't gas them?
Well, no, this is maybe not a new litmus test. This is a litmus test we've used for decades. We've always said that chemical weapons have no place. You look at Iraq, you look at all these other strikes we've done and how serious we've been about no chemical weapons. I mean, it was the impetus to go into Iraq in 2003. This is something we've always taken very seriously. I wish I could ban shooting of women and children, whether it's with a gun, an artillery piece, or anything. We can't do that. That's unrealistic. But where we can make a difference is to ensure that people and our troops on the battlefield are never exposed to chemical weapons and mustard gas and sarin gas and nerve gas again.
All right, but you said troops on the battlefield. Are you confident that the goals of this resolution can stick, and that is no American boots on the ground?
Oh, sure, yeah, I am. I mean, you look through decades of history, and America has done strikes like this without troops on the ground. You look at Bosnia, you look at, frankly, Libya, where we didn't lose a single troop, etc. The fact is we can do this. When I talk about troops,
well, I don't know. I remember the Tonkin resolution, and I remember other advances and salvos that started out with the goal of a limited action that turned into something more. Your hope is right,
Neil,
and that's mine as well. But I guess what I'm asking you is, how do you know you haven't let a far more violent genie out of the bottle?
Well, we can never know anything for sure, but what I do know is this is a red line that cannot be crossed. This is something very serious, and I know that since World War I, American troops, whether it's in World War II, even by Adolf Hitler on the battlefield, whether it's in Vietnam, Korea, Persian Gulf, everywhere, we have never been exposed to chemical weapons because dictators and despots everywhere know that we are deadly serious about these weapons never being utilized in the future. Do you know, it's something we can do.
I understand, sir. So the read in the House from your colleagues, if you had to handicap it right now, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to put it probably 50-50, maybe even slightly less, and here's the reason. The President of the United States is not making the sales calls. Secretary Kerry did a great job of laying American interest out, but President Obama, it's almost like his heart's not fully in it. It's the right thing to do, but look, he's out there not selling this to the people. He's got to get 100% on board and tell the American people why this is our interest, and maybe even it's an address from the Oval Office. I think the American people in Congress would love to see it.
All right, Congressman, we'll watch very, very closely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Great being here.
All right.